Hello, beautiful people. Welcome once more to another exciting edition of this program. I am very happy to talk to you about something very important today, and it's going to be on scholarship. But before then, I'd like you to hit on the subscribe button and to share this information to your friends, to whoever you think will need this in order to make a move into this beautiful country of Japan. Thank you very much for pushing and subscribe. I knew you were gonna do it. You're a great person. Thank you. I appreciate it. You make the channel to grow. So today we will talk about the MEXT scholarship, which is a very important component of education if you want to study in Japan as a foreigner. So MEXT is MEXT, Ministry of Education, Culture, Sports, Science and Technology, and they offer full scholarship for all those who wish to study in Japan. So if you want to study in Japan, either you're an undergraduate, either you're a graduate, or you're a PhD candidate, you can literally obtain this scholarship, and it's one of the most available scholarship. I'm gonna leave the link for the description, and you can check it out. And this has lots of information, including requirements and actually the process and the procedure for obtaining this scholarship. So we will go into it in a nutshell. Actually, applications for the MEXT scholarships are usually announced by the Ministry of Education. As I said earlier before, those in charge of the MEXT program in April of every year. So you might want to watch out because this is February, and it's gonna be announced in April for the year 2023. So you want to check that out. So the most important thing is that usually the period of announcement is April, but governments have, governments of different countries have different times for the deadline closure. So for you to be eligible to apply for the MEXT scholarship, first of all, your government or your country has to have diplomatic relationship with Japan. If your country doesn't have any diplomatic relationship with Japan, then you cannot, or you're ineligible to apply for the MEXT scholarship. So the first thing you want to check out is if your country has any diplomatic relationship with Japan, okay? So, and you can check that out by typing Embassy of Japan and then you blank, like your home country's name, okay? So the first thing is that you apply for the MEXT scholarship. If you are applying out of Japan, you are applying through the Embassy of Japan in your country or the Embassy of Japan in your region. That covers your country as well, because there is some countries that do not have Japanese embassies directly in that country and they have to use a TS country. So either you're in Africa, you're in Asia, you're in Europe, you're in America or Latin America, it's the same thing. So just go under the Embassy of Japan for your country, check it out, and you type the MEXT scholarship. I'm gonna leave the link for the MEXT website in the description box so you can check it out by yourself. It's really very important. Covers tuition fee. It covers a round fare economic ticket from your home country to Japan. It covers your housing, your health insurance, your basic necessities, your stay, your food, everything that you can want or that you need in order to survive in Japan. The MEXT scholarship covers it, and it covers also some fees related to research. If you're doing research, say you're in the medical field or you're in the engineering field and you want to carry out some like hardcore research in Japan or for a very short period of time out of Japan, the MEXT scholarship can cover that. It is the most abundant and most easy to get scholarship for Japan, and it's for everyone. One of the preliminary conditions to have it is that you must have had 12 years of studies, like up till end of high school. So if you're out of high school, you are 100% eligible to apply for the MEXT scholarship. One other thing you should take into account is that language, say IELTS, TOEFL, or Japanese proficiency is not an obligatory prerequisite, okay? So you can actually apply and get the MEXT scholarship without any of this. And once you win the MEXT scholarship and you're within Japan, it covers everything, because some universities, as I said in the earlier videos, will need you to take an entrance examination. So MEXT scholarship usually will pay for all of those services and offer you all of this free of charge. Well, covered by the MEXT scholarship. So you don't really have to worry about it. So with the MEXT scholarship, it's usually kind of obligatory to have like, a mentor send a recommendation letter for you. So you want to join a recommendation letter from one or two mentors who know you. It could be academia or it could be professional wise, but usually if you have two, one should be academic, one should be professional. It makes it really easier and better for you, and you send it over alongside with your application to your embassy. So embassies do the first screening, and then later they forward it to Tokyo, where Tokyo analyzes, and then they give the final say. Usually it takes some time, but the process is very easy to follow, so you don't have to worry about it. So MEXT scholarships covers your tuition fee, it covers entrance examination fee, and it covers travel expenses, around fare, economic ticket to your home country, from your home country to Japan. So the next thing it also covers is it covers your return ticket. It covers your accommodations here in Japan, and it covers anything that's related with your schooling. All right, so that is very important. So moving on, I'm going to talk about the eligibility criteria for the MEXT scholarship for the year 2022. You want to check this out, because I'm going to leave the link in the description box below, which is very important for you to really follow. So to qualify for the MEXT scholarships, candidate must first of all be able to speak in English, because English is really very important. Most universities here will study in either English or in Japanese, so you want to have English. If it's any other language, sorry, you really need to know how to speak English language. And having an additional knowledge of Japanese is really very important, as most universities also will teach in Japanese, but most international universities is usually 50-50, sometimes wholly in English. So you want to perfect your English. If you're coming from a non-English speaking country, or if you don't know how to speak English, you really need to study English hard, because that's the medium of exchange. So you want to make sure that you check that out. If your country has any diplomatic relationship with Japan or not, you must have completed high school that is equivalent to 12 years of education, and you will have to prove this to show that you've completed 12 years of education, because once you fill the form for the MEXT scholarship, that question is always asked, and your certificates of graduation from high school will show that you've gone through 12 years and that you're eligible for an undergraduate program, which will usually be about 5 years, or that you're if you've had a bachelor's degrees, you want to add that on it, and to show that you've had a bachelor's degrees and therefore you do a master's for like 2 to 3 years, or a PhD for like 3 to 4 years, 3 years generally in Japan. So you want to take into account all of this information. All right, you must be under 35 if you're applying for a master's or PhD program to study in Japan. So, and usually as the program starts in April, it should be 1st April. All right, so your age in terms of the months, because they're really very strict in terms of looking at the month, you want to be sure that the month actually corresponds exactly. All right, so this study score is very important. So 35 years for those who are applying for a master's or PhD. And if you're applying for, I think, undergraduate, you must also show that you're less than 30 years old. And then if you're someone who is applying for this scholarship and you're about to get Japanese citizenship, then you're ineligible as well, because this scholarship is strictly for foreigners. So if you're a Japanese national, you're ineligible to apply. So if you could be a Japanese descendant but you're not a Japanese national, you're eligible to apply. But once you're a Japanese national and you hold a Japanese passport, you're ineligible, because during the application you have to put in your identification documents which shows your nationality. All right. If you're an American, then you put the American passport, or the identification page of your passport. Or if you're Canadian or from the EU or from Africa or from Oceania, anywhere. If you're from Australia, you got to put a copy of your identification page of your passport, and that shows your nationality. Also, there's different programs, and different programs have different cutoff for age. I think if you're a teacher training, if you're applying for the teacher training program, then it should be 30 years of age maximum, upper limit that you're eligible to apply. But if you're applying for any other regular program in the university, say master's or PhD, then it's 35 years of age, just as I said before. And also, applicants must be between 18 and 30 years old. Applicants must be enrolled as undergraduate students in faculties or schools which major in Japanese language or Japanese culture. That's for those who are coming as a teacher, under a teacher program, which is kind of very, very important as well. And an undergrad student, as an undergrad student, you must be at least 17 years and under 25 years old. I'm sorry, earlier I said 30, but it should be 25 years. So undergraduate, you should be under 25 years of age. So it should be between 17 and 25 years old. So if you're between 17 and 25 years old, you're eligible, and you must have done 12 years of education. This is very important. So I'm gonna leave all the links in the description box. This is just the introductory first part of applying for the MEXT scholarship. I'm gonna talk about how to actually go through the process. I'm going to show the application forms in the next video, but up till then, for this video, I'm just talking about the eligibility criteria and what actually the MEXT scholarship is all about. I'm going to leave the links in the description, so if you want more information, please write a note. We'll do all of our best to reply you as much as possible. Thank you very much for watching. Stay connected, share, like this video, and up to then, I'm gonna see you later. Bye. Thank you.